love and blessings. I'm gonna start doing more videos. I know I need to start making more videos, so here's one that we're gonna try and do now. Do the little talking out loud while you're driving thing. Alright, so today is now breaking into Thursday, was Wednesday, the day after the anniversary of September 11. And earlier on today I just posted out for the first time something quite openly sincere, a post that that's quite personal and private, or would be regarded as personal and private. The deliberation I've been having for a long time is, if you didn't tell people about something, then nobody knows it, right? And I know that's a basic statement, but so what I'm trying to get out there is, so if you got a story to tell and you don't tell it, nobody gets to know it, right? Right, not overthinking it. It's as simple as this, yeah? If you know something, or you've got experience of something, and by sharing it, you can better someone else's experience or understanding of that matter, should you share it, or should you go to the grave taking it with you? So let's flip that into examples. Cure to cancer. If someone knows the cure to cancer and they can help millions of people across the world forever, should they share that out? Or should the element of secrecy, or should the element of greed be, no, I can capitalise on this, I can make money out of this, there's machinery and cures and medication and all that. Do you give to the world, or do you try and profit from it? So on the same basis, I'm saying, if I've gone through a certain amount of things at the age of 40, which is halfway through your life, I think, you're lucky if you're going to get to see 80 in your lifetime. You're bonus if you do, and tough shit if you don't, because there's people that have gone way before my age already, way before. So at 40, I've lived a fairly active life. Those who know me, right? And I'm not going to go back into that too much, because it's not about digging up stupid shit you did. It's more about reflecting over what you might have done. So anyway, so at 40, if tonight I passed away, nobody would know what my life or my experiences or my knowledge or my struggle was about. And I reckon I'm not the only one in this world that goes through what I go through, or has been through what I've been through. So I'm not the first person to say, I have this struggle or that struggle, or I have these thoughts. But I think what we've done over time, and I used to do exactly the same shit, is you're that frightened of saying anything because you think you're going to get judged, or you're going to get, you're going to get people taking a piss out of you or whatever, that you daren't say it. You daren't say it out loud, not even to some of your closest friends. This is why people seem to mess up, right? They don't realise that you can have lots of friends around you, but you might not have the kind of friends that you could say, I'm feeling down, I'm feeling depressed, I'm having these kind of thoughts, I'm having these kind of urges, life has got the better of me, I'm struggling in my business or my money or whatever. There's a million reasons out there, and people are afraid because the norm is, let's not talk about it, let's keep it to ourselves, especially in men. Around me, I'm aware of a lot of people that have become very ill and ended up doing some very sad things, ultimately taking their own lives because life has got the better of them, and we've struggled. And that's real. It's not soft. It can happen to anybody. It can happen at any time. If nobody asks for it, some people might live a slightly more risque life, but to be honest, my experience is that I've seen people from all walks of life, and when life gets the better of you, or you come undone, or you undergo hardship, you don't see that shit coming. And when it does come, it is what it is. You either deal with it, how you're going to deal with it, in the best way you know how to deal with it. Anyway, I'll pause at that point. I'll be back shortly. Right, so what I was trying to say is, if I die tomorrow, nobody knows nothing about me. Shit, man, no, what was wrong with him, blah, 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 something happened to him, blah, 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 what was he about, blah, blah, blah. Nobody knows. So it's like, why does an author write a book? Why does someone make a documentary? Why does someone make a video? Why does somebody do a blog? It's so that you can share your knowledge or your wealth of experience, and maybe someone out there benefits from it, can take from it, and can receive some sort of guidance, or at least it gives someone confirmation that, yo, I'm not the only one going through this in this world. Because growing up the way I grew up, I went through a lot of experiences. Maybe I was first generation of some of them as well. You know, and we'll go into these things in detail anyway. But to get back to the point that it is, today for the first time, I've thrown myself out there in a big way. Now, I wanted to do it, or my heart's told me that I should do it, and my mind's told me for a long time that I should do it, on that basis of logic that I've just explained. But I've been frightened. Because obviously, you know, you look on YouTube, you read comments on Facebook or social media, and people bring out the worst in themselves sometimes. It's like, from me, my point of view, if I see something and I don't really like it, then I'm not commenting on it, I'm not putting a tick on it, I'm not trolling it to try and make a scenario or create drama. I just ain't got time for that. Life's too fucking short. So the first thing, you know, you worry about that. You think, wow, if I put myself out there, am I exposing myself to ridicule? Am I exposing myself to people who are not going to understand why I'm trying to do it? They might think it's about attention seeking. They might think it's just about fame or something like that. And to be honest, it's bothered me, because I thought, you know, I don't really want to read them kind of comments, or I wouldn't want that negativity. Not when my intentions are purely about trying to do something good with it, or help others with it, and make some sort of difference in the world. But you know, it depends on, one person sees it one way, one person sees it another way. But you know what I've realised? That's a bit like life, right? It's pretty clear, yes, I've got a brown face, so that makes me Asian. I've got some Pakistani heritage. My mum's got Ugandan Indian heritage. And I am what I am. I'm firstborn, first generation British citizen. I happen to have a faith, which I only recently found. I might have been born into being a Muslim by my family's heritage, but I personally believe that I embraced it again in the latter years, when I actually understood it and knew it better. And certainly after certain events had taken place in my life to make me start questioning and thinking and realising what may or may not be. But again, when I talk, I know what my faith is, and I'm comfortable with that. But that doesn't mean I'm out there trying to, you know, brainwash or try to push anything on anybody else. All I want to do with all of this is talk about me, my life, my experiences. I'll engage with anybody that wants to get involved and ask a question, or, you know, reach out for help, or wants to further any of our ambitions as a community or as a humanity to try and make things better, especially from the charity perspective. I'm all for that. So, you know, it's almost like, this is my little life log, my little video log, my little book. You know, some people are going to sit down and write their novel. I don't know about that, because I don't know if I've got it in me to be patient enough to try that. Maybe one day, God knows best, right? But this is my version of that, right? So tomorrow, there's no diary, there's no secret book hidden away, there's no confessions. I haven't even got anyone that I would say is close enough to me to outright know everything about me. So therefore, this is my version of, if tomorrow I'm not here, this is my photo album, this is my diary, this is my vlog, blog, this is my autobiography. It's whatever it is, take from it what you want. But on the same note, here's what I'll say: if you don't like it, if you don't like what I say, because real talk now at 40 years of age, feeling the way I do and having some of the problems and the struggles I do, I don't really on that level give a fuck. Just no different to the way that some people are not going to like me or love me because of my brownness or my faith or my accent or something else, yeah? On the same note, it's going to be the same in this, yeah? And all I can say to anybody who's doing anything like that, bro, sister, just turn the channel over. If you don't like Hollyoaks, what do you do? Turn the fucker off, right? You don't like EastEnders, and me personally, I don't buy that shit no more. Turn the fucker off. So same with this. If you don't like what I'm saying, you don't like my page, you don't like my posts, you don't like the idea of this peace, love and blessings, you don't like the idea of one love, and you don't like the idea of just, you know, everything that I talk about basically. I mean, where'd you go with it? You don't like the idea of peace, love and blessings, you don't like the idea of one world, one humanity, one love, then the easiest answer is turn the shit off, unsubscribe, unlike it, unfriend me, because that's where it started on my Facebook friends, and then it grew from there as I grew. And it's so much easier, rather than read your bullshit or deal with all that bullshit and negativity. Look, guys, if you want to be part of the solution, let's get involved, let's get together, let's let's work together, and let's try and make this world a better place than it is, or let's at least try and leave it in a better condition than it was when we found it. That's what I'm about. That's what Peace, Love and Blessings is going to be about. And that's why today I made a big decision that I'm going to actually not hide behind my situation or not feel embarrassed of my situation, because it is what it is. I am that, and I go through that. So why should I hide it? I've been told too many times by people they don't understand it, they don't want to understand it. Even my closest, my own fam, my own closest mates, whatever, which I've only got an handful of now. Because, when the good times come, everybody wants to be there. Everybody loves that. They love your guest list, they love your little VIP, whatever bullshit you were getting up to. They love all of that. See how many come to you when you're having your worst days. See how many come to you when you're having your hard days. See how many come to you when your pockets aren't full like they used to be. You're blessed if you've got some real friends. You're blessed if you've got some real family, because these days nobody's. So anyway, that's it really. I hope to make more videos. I hope to start talking a bit more. I think I've got an element of confidence about me that says, look, whether people like it or not, you have to leave your story behind. If that makes things better for anybody, then good for them. And if someone wants to ridicule me and really you ain't got nothing better to do than get up on my shit and start whinging about what? Because I'm trying to say let's all treat each other with a bit of decency. Let's all be humans. Let's not be racist. Let's not be Islamophobic. I mean, let's not let one bad example of any type of person be the one for everybody, and take that from wherever you want it, because one Catholic does not mean that every Catholic's the same way. One Muslim does not mean that every Muslim's the same way. One white guy does not mean to me that everyone, there's examples of racists, there's examples of homophobics, there's examples of all kinds of people in life. The moral of that story is, I think, ultimately would be that, people are people. They come in all kinds of shapes and sizes and colours and all kinds of different ways. And ultimately, those people are either good or they're bad. You get dickheads in every walk of life. So, let's not judge one example or 10 examples or even 100 examples. Don't count for 1 million or 1 billion of anybody. I'll be back at some point, I hope. Stay strong. To anyone who's suffering, please, if you've watched this though today, I hope what you take from it is that you're not on your own. You're not on your own, because that used to be one of my biggest dilemmas, who do you talk to? How can you talk to anyone? And sometimes you keep it all to yourself, because you just think, if I talk to someone, I'm only just, maintaining a relationship with them. If I told them this, would they just cast me out, judge me? So please, if that's the case, at least you're totally not alone. If somebody wants to talk, someone wants to inbox me, someone wants to communicate with me, it's not just me. There are other people involved in this situation. We hopefully are going to just become a family and a movement and grow stronger the more and more people get involved, or the more and more people start to, develop the ethos that we're trying to push on. So let's see where it goes, and remember on that basis that from small acorns grow big trees. I don't think, no idea started overnight and became something. And taking the biggest of examples in the UK, your children in needs, your red nose days, like, in the past we had the Band-Aid, Feed the World, all these kind of campaigns that generate millions of pounds that should be going towards kindness and goodness and that. I mean, I don't know, God knows best, where it all goes, but if they grew out of something and nothing, then isn't it a case of, if we try hard enough, or at least if we try, then we can say we had a go, right? And if it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. So what? Millions will have tried before, and 1 million will try after. But if it does, then surely, for me, for you, for the future generations, for the children that are yet to be born, for the children that are growing up in this world today, surely that's of benefit. And that's all I'm about, because right here, right now, I don't have no kids, and I don't probably see me having any. So therefore, my vested interest in all of this is, after I'm dead in 20, 30 years, if I'm lucky, maybe a week, a day, if I'm not, who knows, God knows best. If that's going to happen, then it won't bother me, personally. But I do wonder about your kid, my sister's kid, you know, my nieces, my nephews, my friends' kids, that kind of thing. I worry about that. Now, if that matters to anybody, then surely it's time now to try and do something about it. Anyway, I've talked too long. I need to go. I fancy a brew. So, peace, love, and blessings. And that's what it's about. And even blessings, yeah, it's not about religion. It's about universe. It's about karma. It's about whatever you believe, right? But when something good happens to you, that's a blessing, right? It comes from somewhere, or call it random, whatever you want to call it. But I just look at it as like, you know, we're blessed if we've got a home. We're blessed if we've got clothes on our back. We're blessed if we've got food in our bellies. We're blessed if we've got a doctor that we can go and see without having to pay for it. Or we're blessed if we can get treatment, you know. Bear that in mind.